Orlando's Rock Station, latest from Godsmack. There's Truth. Lynch and Taco, good morning. Time for this week's rock news. Brought to you by our Tuesday Ticket Takeover.
Where's our opener, dude? It goes...
Yeah, I know.
What the heck?
I know.
We didn't lose it, right?
I had a little snafu. I was hoping you wouldn't draw attention to it, but...
Well, sorry I did, because I was over here getting ready to do this, like I always do. Throw up the devil horns and go, yeah, rock news time. All right, I'm ready.
Brought to you by our Tuesday Ticket Takeover.
If you are not following us on Instagram yet, I highly suggest you do. Seriously, just because I want you to win great prizes like today, all day on our Instagram. It's at 1011 WJRR. You can win Blink 182 tickets.
Just go to the post and do as instructed. It'll take you all of about 15 seconds. Seriously. All right. Biggest song of all time.
I'm racking my brain.
Now, Forbes declared this, and they based it on a bunch of different analytics, all to back up.
Is it something from...
It's from the 20th century, I can tell you that.
Is it from the Beatles?
Nope.
Led Zeppelin or the Stones?
None of the above.
Really?
If you guessed Don't Stop Believin' from Journey.
Oh,
congratulations. Yep. It's now 18 times platinum certified single. Biggest streaming song produced in the last century. Countless appearances in all sorts of events and stadiums, and
it's a great song.
They pointed out in this, they go, chances are really good that song played in every vehicle you've owned.
Oh, God, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to argue that one.
It's pretty obvious, dude. I should have known that.
Of course, from Journey's 1981 Escape album, which was their 7th studio album. The song, when it initially came out, wasn't huge. It took a little while. They knew they had a great song in their hands, but it took a little while to take root. But once it did, boy, there you go.
It took off, man.
Charlie Benante says that there has been talk of the current Pantera lineup, which is a celebration of the music of Pantera. Nobody's purporting to have it be anything else. It's recognizing the greatness of that band, and they may go ahead and release a live album from some of the performances with the current lineup.
I'm down for that.
There was talk of, are you guys going to do any new music? And I guess they've debated that and whatever, but maybe we'll just have to settle for some live stuff from many of these shows that they've done, and many more that are still on the books for the coming, years at this point.
I know that you're not a live music fan, but you look forward to that.
Careful there, the way you say that. I love going to live shows.
Yeah, but you don't like...
There's very few, me personally, live albums that I go, oh, yeah, it's awesome. Usually it's some of them
my point was, if it's Pantera...
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now we'll be changing your tune, won't you?
Your weekly update on the fan vote for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We've had a seismic shift here, and I suspect a coordinated effort once again is afoot from the Dave Matthews Band partisans, who have now somehow pushed Dave Matthews Band up to number 2 in the fan vote, just a couple thousand votes behind Ozzy. Ozzy still holds on to the number 1 spot. If you haven't voted yet, you should. We want Ozzy to get in as a solo artist.
Yeah.
Dave Matthews Band has now shoved Foreigner and Peter Frampton down a notch. The top 3 had remained unchanged for the first 5 weeks of the voting until now. If you recall, the last time DMB was nominated, their fans jumped all on this and really goosed the numbers. It looks like that may be happening again. No disrespect to Dave Matthews Band, but you can see when something like that's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I like Dave Matthews Band, but still, I want Ozzy to prevail.
Slash talking about scoring Brian Johnson for his new blues album, Orgy of the Damned, which is coming out May 17th. It's a whole host of superstars he has assisting him on these songs. I posted this. I think I talked about it last week at some point. The first video is a studio video with Slash and Brian Johnson from AC/DC, and then Steven Tyler from Aerosmith covering Howlin' Wolf's Killing Floor. Slash was asked, how in the world did you get Brian Johnson? And he said, well, I've known him for a pretty long time now. And, he has this grit to his voice that I thought would be perfect for this Howlin' Wolf tune. And he says, I called him up and he was telling me that he not only is a huge Howlin' Wolf fan, but he's also, Brian Johnson happened to just be putting together some sort of blues orchestra thing he's doing. Slash goes, don't quote me on that, but something to that effect. Anyway, I guess the timing was right. He was very excited to do that particular song.
How did he get Brian Johnson? I don't know, because he's Slash. I mean, Slash is a pretty big dude. You know, if Slash was to give you a buzz on the phone, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
Want to sing on this song? Okay.
Without a doubt.
When do you need me there?
I don't even know how to sing, but I'll learn.
So the Black Crowes, who opened briefly for Aerosmith on last year's, now on hold, still indefinitely, Peace Out, Farewell tour with Aerosmith. Did you know that was actually a full circle moment? I didn't realize this, but it was Aerosmith who gave the Black Crowes their first chance to play in arenas when they opened for them back in 1990.
Really?
So they were going to kind of bookend that. So now I guess everybody sits and waits and says, okay, Aerosmith, what's going to happen at this point? We still don't have any news as to if they're going to start that tour back up, and if so, when. Roger Daltrey making some comments about artificial intelligence and what it means to mankind, particularly the music industry. Daltrey says there's one thing that AI can't do. He says, the one thing I totally believe AI will never have, and it will be its downfall, it will never have empathy. It's going to destroy the music industry if we're not careful. If we go on not demanding music say a little more than is being said right now. It's basically saying like a lot of people are relying on AI for everything, and he's like, you're taking the human element out of this. Yeah. And then when it comes to music, you better be careful there. In 1973, Joe Satriani was giving guitar lessons, and one of his students was younger Steve Vai. Obviously, those lessons stuck, as both have had very great careers in music, not to mention becoming friends and collaborators on stage, including the recent G3 tour. But they never collaborated in the studio until now. On March 29th, there will be a new song from the two, a 6-minute The Sea of Emotion Part 1. It will be accompanied by a video directed by Satriani's son, Zizi Satriani. You can see a clip of that on YouTube if you want to check it out. And then the two will launch the Satch Vi tour right here in Orlando at Hard Rock Live, coming up on the 22nd.
That's a show to go to. You want to see some talent.
Foreigners bass player Jeff Pilson, it's been noted, has been performing while seated. He's sitting in a chair playing his bass for the last few shows, and somebody finally, hey, Jeff, what's up? He said, well, I had surgery and recent back injury, and it says it's come with a lot more physical therapy than he thought, and sitting is the way he's going to kind of have to perform for now because he can't stand for an entire set. So they figured better to be able to play and sit than not play at all.
Yeah, props to him for even going out and playing.
Leonard Skinner are among the performers at the CMA Fest on June 6th, which will be held at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. They're added to that lineup. And what else do we have here? Another show to tell you about in a tour. Stone Temple Pilots and Live will team up this summer for the Jubilee co-headlining tour. On some other dates, there'll be support from Soul Asylum and Our Lady Peace. Tickets go on sale for this nationwide tour on Friday. We do have a couple of dates in Florida, August 28th, Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater in Tampa, then August 30th in Jacksonville.
So who are the two bands that are definitely playing live and...
In Stone Temple Pilots. Okay. Yeah. At Daly's Place in Jacksonville. That's what I got. That's your rock news there.
Park, Mount Dora, and Longwood for making us your rock station.
1011 WJRR.